Wherever resilience is located in our brain or in our body, I think we have a different level of resilience because you get punched in the face, and you stand back up, and you stand back up, and you stand back up, right?
Hey there, welcome back to Above and Beyond, where excellence meets elevation. I'm your host, Jan Simon. This season, we're raising the bar, diving into the passion, purpose, and defining moments of leaders who don't just aim high, they live there. Big ideas, real stories. Let's get into it. Today on Above and Beyond podcast, we're joined by Leanna DeBellevue, an international speaker, social media strategist, and owner of DeBellevue Global Marketing Agency. Recently recognized as the 2025 Business of the Year by the Gilbert Chamber of Commerce. With over 15 years of experience, Leanna has helped clients across 19 countries generate millions in sales through innovative social media strategies. She's a Forbes Council member, co-author of the Amazon International bestseller Light at the End of the Funnel, and a featured contributor to outlets like HuffPost and iHeartRadio. Beyond her professional achievements, Leanna is passionate about empowering business owners and building a thriving team culture that fuels success. Get ready for a conversation on marketing, leadership, and the power of going above and beyond.
Love it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And I will share, because I'm going to leave this in the podcast. We literally just didn't record. We talked for about 20 minutes. And I forgot to hit the record button. So I'm a loser today.
Second time's the charm.
That's right. Okay, so we're going to start this over. Leanna.
Yes.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in California. I was a Pasadena girl and later half of high school, Simi Valley.
Okay.
Yep. Southern California.
I won't ask the Valley Girl question again, which I asked the Valley Girl question the first time.
Yep.
Did you grow up, so Jeff Bride, Jeff Bride grew up somewhere in California. I can't remember where exactly.
Yep.
I feel like he was more coastal potentially than the Pasadena area. But he talks about being friends with different people that were in movies or in TV shows or things like that. Did you know people?
Yeah.
Did you go to high school with people like that?
Yeah, I think we played volleyball with the Kardashians.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. I've got Blossom Maya Bialik from Big Bang, I guess is what she's most known for.
Yep.
Edward Furlong from Terminator.
Really?
We went to school. Oh, do you remember the little boy from Alf, the brother?
Yeah.
Benji?
Uh-huh.
Well, his name in real life is Benji, but he went to class with us. And
No kidding.
yeah, so there's a whole bunch of us that...
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, it's like, right? I mean, TV, little kids, you're watching little kids, and I mean, they weren't little then because we were all the same age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, okay, so California, Pasadena, in high school, sports?
Yes. Lots of sports. Mainly volleyball and cheerleading.
Okay.
Those were my two. I did basketball. I did softball. I also ran track I did cross country.
Oh, wow.
Not knowing what cross country was because
That's brutal.
I don't love running.
I don't know how people do it.
No.
Corey loves to run, and we found that out on her podcast or her episode. And I will tell you, all props to people that can do distance running. I am not that person.
I did the 2 mile, 3 mile, and then the 1 mile relay. Yeah.
And when you're out there, do you like question yourself?
Every time.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Why? It's funny. I went out for track in high school, and I wanted to just be in the high jump because I thought that'd be cool, and throw the javelin because I threw footballs and baseballs, and so I thought, throw the javelin, and it turned out for track before I finally went into baseball. But I turned out for track my freshman year, and we had to run distances. I'm like, I just want to do high jump and throw a javelin. Why do you want me to run?
That doesn't make sense.
It's like, because you're in track. I'm like, so? I think I'll try a different sport.
Yeah. No, my friends did it and convinced me to do it. And they're like, you don't even really have to try out. Yeah, there's a reason why.
Yeah, right? Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah. Unless
you're naturally gifted to be able to sprint really fast.
Yes.
Or for some reason you're like a gazelle and can just run and run and run. I had a really good friend that we ended up in college together and ran a little bit. He was a runner, and so it motivated me to just keep up with him because I'm like stupid competitive, and so it's like, hey, let's go running. Okay. By myself, I make it like 100 yards. I'm done. So that's it. After high school.
Yep.
Got through high school.
Yes.
Anybody in high school that was influential in your life, like helped guide you in any direction as far as your thought process of what you wanted to do or be?
I wouldn't say high school. Honestly, my 5th grade teacher, I still am in contact with him. He was the coolest guy ever. He had such a love and a passion for his students and getting us to really think about the future and really believing in ourselves. Just talk to us about mindset, talk to us about, kind of visualizing success and things that are probably commonplace now, but not so much, in the 80s and early 90s and things like that. And just really took time to get to know each one of his students and learned our learning style and taught us how to leverage that to get ahead in school. And I think that's what made school so easy.
That's awesome.
For a lot of us was that some people are auditory, some are visual. Like, here's how you figure out what you are, and here's how you kind of use that.
That would be so cool to have more teachers that did that sort of thing.
Yep.
I mean, I just think about, I was a horrible student, but had somebody maybe taught me a little bit differently. I think about, like, I do a lot of woodworking. Fractions didn't even make sense to me for the longest time until I figured out on a ruler the fractions on the ruler, and then I could visualize it, and then it was like, oh, fractions are easy.
You got it. Yeah.
It's like, but it took, that was probably high school-ish when I finally realized that, and I'm like, oh, these little tick marks are 1/16 of an inch. Oh, 1/16. Oh, well, there's 16 of them.
It just all clicks.
Yeah.
Right.
So it'd be nice, rather than having that, here's the box and we're going to force you to get in it and learn this way. Go read 84 chapters and memorize all these dates and everything else. And so,
yeah. I grew up in a private school, and the classes were small, and the teachers were very focused on, kind of that learning styles and how to kind of help us use that along the way. The bar was set very high, but I feel like they also gave us the tools.
Oh, very cool.
And that was a huge blessing early on because we just had this expectation that we would all do really well. So looking back on those of us that graduated, I was with that class until 8th grade. It was 9th grade that I went to a public high school.
Oh, okay.
But I think out of the 30 kids in our class, I think there's 22 or 23 of us that are business owners, like successful business owners. We've got
no kidding.
A couple of people that have companies that are traded on the open market. You know what I mean? Like just this super high level of success. And I think
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really because we were given, kind of the tools to use early on.
That's really cool. That's awesome. After high school, did you go away to college?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to be a pediatrician. I've known that my whole life. I think since I knew what the word meant, I knew that that's what I wanted to be. So I got into a private university in East Texas. Never been to Texas before. Didn't go visit the campus. Didn't do any of that stuff.
No kidding.
I got in.
Showed up.
Yep. Got in the car, drove. And I also realized that because I was taking so many classes and I was on my own, that I probably needed a job for the first time in my life. Went to the next neighboring town, applied at a local Applebee's, and started working there. And I think I said earlier, you can see I'm not a pediatrician now.
Yeah, I would say, and you're not a pediatrician, so
no.
How long did school last? That's
yeah.
Did.
That's exactly it. The first time you went, I think about not even a whole year, probably 7 months.
Okay.
I met a guy.
Okay.
Fell in love.
Damn it.
Yep, I know, right? And got pregnant. And I knew that, going to a private university, it was a Christian university. That was also not
frowned upon.
Just a little bit,
right? Bit.
Yeah. So they allowed me to be successful elsewhere.
Oh.
And because that wasn't the look.
That's a nice way of putting it.
I coined that term when I let people go. That's how I let them go. I tell them I'm going to allow you to be successful elsewhere.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm holding you back.
Karen.
Success. That's awesome. No. But no. So yeah. So I got pregnant with my daughter, and just decided I was going to be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you got married.
Yes.
And your husband at the time continued to work in the restaurant industry? He
did.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever worked in the restaurant industry, but once you're in it, it's very hard to get out of it because it's instant cash every day.
Yeah.
Especially when it's good money. I did, after about a year and a half, I wanted to talk to someone other than a 1-year-old all day. So I went back into the restaurant industry. I was a bartender.
Okay.
Decided that I wanted more, right? That calling for school was still pulling at me. I decided, well, I can't be a pediatrician, but maybe I could do pediatric nursing. Went back to a local college, not the same Christian university. Got all my prereqs done, got into the nursing program. I had a semester to wait before they let you in. And I found out I was pregnant with my son.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Not in the cards that time either.
Nope, not that time either. So I just figured that, again, this wasn't for me. Stayed in the bartending kind of world part-time. But more importantly, I was there for everything either one of my kids did. I was the room mom. I was the field trip mom, the soccer mom. My kid played football. My daughter did cheerleading. So I was that. I took
awesome.
that role. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have, in your bartending days, did you do cocktails as well, or were you just more beer and wine type stuff?
No, we did the full
So
cocktail.
do you have a favorite cocktail you like to make, or that you like to drink? What's your cocktail of choice? I mean, I assume you still have
Yes. I'm a business owner. Yeah. That's what keeps me sane. I like my espresso martinis.
Oh, I love the espresso martinis. I just had one the other night at Alchemy 48.
Oh.
First time we ever went.
Okay.
And it was so good. I love espresso martinis.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good. Have you been to the Blue Heron?
I don't think so.
Blue Heron is by Crust. I think it's called Crust over at
Wait, is it like that
Cooley
speakeasy
Station? Yeah.
that you have to go? Yes, we went. Yeah, friends took me for my birthday this year. I
Okay.
didn't know what it was called.
Yeah. They've got a really good espresso martini in there as well.
I had it. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep, that's my drink of choice.
Yeah.
My girls know if I'm
Oh.
showing up, there's typically
Espresso
one.
martini.
Yep.
I'll remember that.
Yeah.
I love espresso martinis, yes.
Yep.
Anyways, okay, so my squirrely brain going all over the place.
Good.
So you had second baby. Mm-hmm. You're still in Texas at this point?
Yep. Still in Texas.
Okay. After the second baby was born, were you still working in the bars and that sort of thing, or the restaurant?
Yes. I was like,
I mean, the bar kind of paints a different,
A little
like
bit,
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah. Yep. No, none of that. In fact, we worked in Texas, in Dallas. It was right across the street from the Cowboys training
Oh, wow.
facility. So this was back when Emmett Smith was still there and Deion Sanders, they would come in. And so it was that kind of that
Oh,
caliber
very cool. Okay.
restaurant.
A little higher.
A little high. Yeah. Yeah. Still super fun to do. But yes, I was still there. And honestly, being a young mom, we were the only two. We had no family in Texas. It just got to be a lot.
Yeah.
And so my family was in California. My husband at the time, his family was here in Arizona, in Casa Grande. So they were like, where it would be great for you to live. It's like, sure.
Casa Grande.
Yep. So moved there sight unseen as well. That's kind of a theme in my life. Everywhere I've moved, I'm like, I'll try it.
Booming metropolis. Well, they probably at that point had an outlet mall.
And that was like the talk of the town. I was like, coming from California and then to Dallas, I was like, this is it? And they were like, but if you drive to Chandler, okay. So that got me to Arizona.
Funny.
Yeah.
So you moved to Arizona.
Yep.
You now have 3 kids?
No, just the two.
Just the 2.
Yep.
Okay. And then at some point, and I can't remember if you said this to me this time or the last time when we weren't recording,
Okay.
you ended up getting divorced.
Yes.
How long after you moved to Arizona did you end up getting divorced?
2010. So we were together
few
for,
years. Okay.
for a little while.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just decided at that point it was timing to move on
Yeah.
separate ways.
Yeah. I think I just had this desire. I think I mentioned to you, turning 30 was a big deal for me. And it was just that moment where I realized that 30 felt really like a grown up, right? And there were so many things that were still not checked off my to-do list. And he was just in a place where growth was not something that was super important to him. Again, great guy, nothing to, bad to be said. But at the same time, we just were in 2 different directions. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Move forward.
I think that's similar. And it's funny because I can remember when we were younger, and I say we, my ex-wife, myself, and then we had our daughter. I just remember having conversations with her at a fairly young age of, waiting till she was 28 to get married. Don't get married till you're 28, which is funny because then she got married when she was 29.
Smart girl.
But I feel like my ex kind of did the same thing. I mean, and I don't want to put it on her, but there was this shift where it was like we were just growing apart. We were friends, but it just, thought processes weren't working together anymore.
Yep.
So, and I can't say that it was always sunshine and rainbows and all that stuff, but
No.
anyways, okay, so you got divorced.
Yep.
What happened then?
Realized that I probably should figure out how to provide for myself. Went back to college, and I had a teacher pull me aside and say, I think you need to, she was the director of the massage therapy program. She's like, I could see you doing great in this field. And I was like, no, thank you. And she's like, no. And she told me what it paid an hour. And I was like, At the time, I think it was like 70 to 80 an hour. And she left out the part that, like, I had to pay for all the supplies and I had to do the marketing. Like, she left out all the
Rent your table space and everything else.
None of the details were important, but I did the math really quickly because I was still, my children were used to me being a full-time mom, right? And how can I work and still make a living, a decent living for us? And, so I was like, okay, why not, right? Like, how hard could it be? So went through, got my associates, and started working at the chiropractor. To get me, which did not pay $70 an hour.
I can only imagine.
No, but it was fine to keep us where we needed
to
be.
Get you going.
Yeah.
So then, obviously you are in marketing, and I'm going to say social media marketing, but you do other types of stuff too, right? You do SEO and that sort of thing as well. Yeah.
When I first started, I was social only.
Okay.
I thought I'm going to stay in my lane. But now we have a team that's amazing at what they do, so we do all aspects of digital.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did that kind of come into play? And am I jumping too far forward? Is there more to the story?
No, in fact, it's massage that led me to where I am today. And it was insurance changed. Insurance used to pay for massage. Literally it changed overnight. You're in insurance. You know how fast things can change. No one bothered telling the doctors that, maybe the contract had been subbed out to a third party. And he called me in the office and said, I don't really want to fire you, but insurance isn't paying for this anymore. Could you do marketing for us? Until we get this insurance thing figured out, can you do marketing? And I had no idea what marketing was. But I also knew I didn't want to lose my job. So I was like, absolutely. Like, sure, I got you. I went down to my computer and I remember Googling, like, what is marketing? Like, what did I just sign up for? Right. And so, kind of gave me some ideas. And then he came to me and he's like, I'm going to get you an American Express card. Or he goes, I just ordered your American Express card. And I'm like, oh, I got this. Like, I got an American Express. Like, I could do marketing. And he's like, just don't spend like more than like $50. And I'm like a day, an hour, like where are we?
Yeah, how does that work?
And he's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I am going to struggle to keep my doors open. I need this to be like, anything over $50 has to get approval, but don't expect me to say yes. Oh. So I remember sitting down at my computer and then Googling what is free marketing, right? And it led me to the chamber. It said, like, go to your local chamber of commerce, go to networking groups. I didn't know what a networking event was. Like, I had zero idea. So I walked into the Gilbert chamber. Marty and Annette were there.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, I'm doing marketing and I don't know what that means. And I have to do it for free and I'm supposed to be here. And I remember Annette just being like, okay, like, come here, little one, like, And they both kind of took me under their wing. And within, I think, 6 months, we were looking to double our space.
Wow. At
the chiropractic office. He told me, he's like, there's no way you're going back into massage. I want you to be he goes, I need you to think of a title. And I was like, can I be like the supervisor of like the marketing director? And he's like, no, think bigger. He's like, because this is a resume builder, right? Potentially for you. And I was like, how about like director of marketing? He's like, and public relations. And I'm like, okay. Right. So that's how it came to be. And so within the 6 months, we were doubling our space. Within 2 years, I had a team of 22 massage therapists under me.
Wow.
That we were going out to events, we were doing chair massages, and we're just booking. And he called me into the office again and was like, I think you need to go do this for yourself. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, am I getting fired? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, you're always going to have a safe place to land, but you don't need it. Like, I can see this in you, and I'm telling you, you're going to be fine. And so the first Friday, again, I got used to getting a paycheck. First Friday came, I opened my bank account and I was like, but there's no money here. Once again, there's no money.
Nobody's writing me a check.
Yeah, so I don't know where the money is supposed to come from. So I marched myself right back into Annette's office and Marty, and I was like, hey. And it was funny because she said, both of them were like, it's about time, right? Like, you can do this. And again, help me with it's about relationships. It's a slow growth. It doesn't need to be fast and things like that. And so some of the relationships, he taught me how to grow a business on almost $0.
Oh, wow.
Which is great because I have $0, right? And so I had met someone at a chamber event in Chandler, and he said, my brother lives in Dubai and they want to work with Americans. Can you do it? Can you work with Dubai? And I said, absolutely. Dubai led me to London, London to Sweden, Sweden to Canada.
Wow.
Pretty much before I had more clients internationally than I had here.
No kidding.
And then someone was like, you're an international company. I'm like, no, I'm not. And they're like, you know what international means, right? Like, yeah. So that's how it got started.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And that was 2010.
10.
Okay. When did Jeff come into the picture?
Yeah. We met in 2018.
Okay.
So I was in a long-term relationship. I had just gotten out of that one. He had just gotten out of a marriage. My kids at the time were 17 and 19.
Okay.
And I remember it was a Friday night, and I was like, hey, what are we doing tonight? And they're like, well, we're going to go with our friends.
Yeah.
You're going to stay not with us. I'm sorry. And so I remember I got online, and all my friends were like, you got to do online dating. Now, I've never done online dating, right? So I look, and there's all these different pro apps and platforms, and I was like, this is horrible. And I got on Match. My friend was like, Match is where it's at. I was like, okay. So I saw Jeff's picture. He had a handlebar mustache.
Oh, no.
Oh, he did.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he did.
Oh, my God.
And his profile said, Jeff's a nice guy. And I was like, oh, Jeff's a dork. Like, come on. And so he messaged me. I messaged him. And the one thing we agreed on, was that neither one of us were looking for anything long term. I was like, been there, done that. I'm good. I just need someone to hang out with now my kids are older.
Yeah.
And he had 3 kids.
Okay.
He had just come out of a 20-year marriage. And he was like, I don't have my kids 50% of the time. I'd like someone to hang out. Like, super low key. And so we said, okay, went on our first date, and literally have been together every day since. I think the longest we've been apart is 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
So just clicked.
Yeah. Yep. My best friend. But yeah, I give him all the time. And, that's what got me. That's the line that got me.
Yeah.
Jeff's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He is.
And you're like, and the handlebar mustache needs to go.
And it did. Within like a month.
Oh,
yeah.
That's funny. I would love to see that picture.
Oh, no, it's there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So when you started your marketing company, obviously, well, I'm going to say not obvious. I don't know if obviously is the right answer, because I guess Jeff could have taken your last name, but it wasn't DeBellevue at that time, right? When did you become DeBellevue Global Marketing?
So we were in Colorado. We met in Colorado.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I guess I left that part out. But I got tired. Again, someone said Grand Junction is the largest city on the east, western slope. And I was like, cool, I'll move there. And I did. I told my kids, hey, let's just go try it. And so got there with their one Target and their one Walmart. I was like, oh no, this is not going to work.
Quite the upgrade from Casa Grande.
Very true. Very true. And so I was getting ready. I wanted to move back down when I met him. And so once I decided that I was fine if I didn't move back, and I was fine, kind of living out there, I wanted a rebrand. It felt right. Once we got married, he really was such a supportive partner, even not necessarily being in the business with me. He was still in law enforcement, but he was just so supportive in every way that it did feel like a partnership. And when we went to rebrand, I said, what about DeBellevue Global? Got
kind of a good ring to it.
Yeah. I didn't realize how many people can't spell our last name and how long it is as a URL when I'm giving out our email address. But he asked me to think about it. He was like, that's a really big deal. Like, I just want this is something that you've built. I want to, kind of honor that. And when he said that, I knew even more so that was the right fit. So we rebranded in 2019, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which seems like just yesterday, and it was 6 years ago.
Tell me about it. I know. I know.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So you were international. I mean, or you are international. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about the business and what you guys do. And
yeah.
This episode of Above and Beyond is brought to you by the amazing sponsors who help bring this show to life. A heartfelt thank you to Above Par Network, elevating connections and creating impact. Foundation Insurance Services, protecting what matters most with confidence and care. Meritum Credit Card Processing, empowering businesses through expert consulting and unwavering support. And Rocks Ink Calligraphy, bringing beauty and personal flair to every handwritten detail. We're proud to partner with these outstanding businesses who share our passion for excellence. For more about our sponsors and exclusive podcast content, visit abovebeyondpodcast.com.
So we work with, I tell people we have two very different facets of our company. Most of our large corporations, we work with Disney, we work with Berkshire Hathaway, we work with Affleck, we work with a lot of really a lot of large brands. They never meet me. They might see me if I come in on a call or if I, something along those lines. If I had to go in and close a deal, I don't know anything about the deal. I look at the notes, I say what I have to say, I walk out. So there's that aspect of our company. That's where most of our international kind of ties came from. Mm-hmm. And then there's the local side of our company, where most people here locally, they have my cell phone number, they text me on a Sunday, they're like, hey, what's my ad look like this week, that kind of thing. And that's what I love. I love the small business feel of our company. Yeah. So that kind of shaped everything, because it was the people here that didn't have the budgets to do. They know they needed a website. They knew they needed SEO. They knew they needed all of the things, but trying to pay for it all. Mm-hmm. I got to pay this person $500 and this person, $1,000, and it just adds up so quickly. It was the people here that kind of caused me to find the right team that can do. We do websites, we do SEO, we do Google ads, we do Hulu ads, we do any aspect of social media, we do. So any way that a client can interact with you online, we can handle for people. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's what we do. That's how our company has evolved. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have a specialty niche? I mean, you said you like the smaller clients, but obviously the bigger clients pay.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you have a type, or in my industry, we would call it a classification? Do you have a type of business that you really enjoy working with?
I think the home services do amazing. They're always the same kind of people. They're like, I know plumbing, I know HVAC, I don't know any of the other stuff, but I know that I want to pass my business on to my son, or I know I want to be able to sell so, we can take it to the next level, whatever, right? Those are the people that we've really enjoyed working with. They also, because they don't want to know all the little details, they trust us to do what we know to do. Yeah. And those are the people that get the biggest and best results fastest, because they're not like, well, how come there's a comma there? And how come this hashtag is different than that hashtag that's different than, you know what I mean? Or it's like, or they're like, hey, I got 15 more calls this week than I did last week. That's awesome. Yeah. Right? So
it's funny because I would say all my clients, it's the contractors that I working with, service contractors. Yep. And pretty much the same reason. Like, they're like, hey, I know I need this. I don't know anything about it, really don't want to know anything about it. I just want to know that I have your phone number. If I need anything, I'm calling you. Yep. Where they're not scouring through the policy, don't understand how to read it because, bolded words refer back to words in the definitions and all this other stuff. And they're going, hey, I read this. Why does it exclude blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, that actually is applying to this over here. And, and you're not spending your time doing that, where it's more, you know how to do your job. Yep. I know how to do my job. Yep. Please trust me. Exactly. And go do your job.
Yep, exactly.
And let me do my job, and we'll have a good relationship.
Exactly.
So back when you were, kind of revert a little bit, back when you were at your going through or got through your first divorce, and you kind of woke up one day and went, oh my God, I have to make money.
Yeah.
Was there a time in your life, I mean, at that point where it all kind of felt overwhelming, the walls were closing in, and you kind of felt like, I just don't know that I've got this in me and can keep going forward? Or did you always just kind of say, I mean, is your personality more of the, I don't have time to sit down and feel sorry for myself.
Yeah.
I made the soup, now I got to eat it type of thing?
Yeah. Well, I think it kind of goes back to how we were raised. We were never really told that we can't do something. Like, everything is figure outable, right? And I remember that same teacher that got me into massage pulled me aside and she said, she goes, I know what you're going through is hard. Divorce can be hard. She says, but you have to decide now, in this hard moment, is the world a good place or is the world a bad place? And whichever way you decide, that's what you will see.
Love that.
And it felt like such a no-brainer. I was like, well, who wants to think that it's a bad word, right?
Right.
So I think it's always been, the right people have been around me at the right time to show me, or just to give me a little nugget that I've held on to. And I just really I didn't do a lot of research. I probably should have, but I didn't know the failure rate of small businesses. I didn't know that I wasn't expected to go from 0 to 6 figures. Like, I didn't know what the rules were.
Yeah.
I was just figuring it out every day, right? And so as I came upon these things, like, there are hard days, and there's still days where I'm like, what am I doing again? Why am I doing this?
Right.
Right. But I wake up the next morning and I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Right. It's always that let's go. We've got this. I figured it out so far.
Yeah.
I've got 100% success rate in making it through.
Yep.
Not always, unscathed, but still here.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that that's just naturally how I'm wired.
And I think that that's awesome. I think that differentiate winners and losers,
Yeah.
I guess. But to be able to have somebody early on and be able to have it resonate, you can choose, and we'll say happy or sad,
Yeah.
good, bad, success, failure. It's interesting. And obviously we have different perceptions on reality. Right? I mean, we were born and raised in what it was that we dealt with and had to grow up with and whatnot. And I will never know what it's like to grow up in a concrete city, and not know what it's like 2 blocks away, whatever.
Yep.
But I feel like, going back to your 5th grade teacher, if there was more opportunity or more people out there that were really, truly about helping people understand and see that their potential is within them. It's whether they choose to go for it and fight for it, or if they choose to become a victim of whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So, and that's why, kind of going back to that, because I feel like, looking at you outwardly, you think, okay, Leanna is extremely successful. She has an amazing business. You're very likable, very pleasant to be around. Obviously, Jeff is a good guy. But what people don't see is the steps to get there, right? The slow marathon, to get through that. So taking it back to that point where it's like, okay, you're in a position where, for whatever reason, your relationship, needed to end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because do you ever go back, and I was gonna fill words in your mouth, but let's say this. Do you ever go back and think, okay, had I not decided to walk away from that relationship, where my life would be today?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Unfortunately, my ex did pass away in 2020.
Oh, I'm sorry.
COVID. And then after we divorced, he struggled with addiction. So there was a whole nother side of him. But I just think, and I think maybe that's sometimes what carries me through the hard days, is that, and I tell my kids this all the time, and I'm sure they hate hearing it, but I'm never going to not say it to them. We can do hard things.
Yeah.
Right. And it's in those hard things that lead us to those beautiful moments.
Right.
Right. And I think I failed to mention this, but I did at some point go back to school. I have my master's and finished.
Oh, I never asked that.
Yeah. No.
Oh, congratulations.
Well, thank you. In psychology. But I would love to see, a study. I'm pretty sure that entrepreneurs and business owners have, wherever resilience is located in our brain or in our body, I think we have a different level of resilience. because you get punched in the face,
Yeah.
you know, and you stand back up.
Yep.
And you stand back up and you stand back up, right? And like you said, so many people see the product, but they don't see those hard days where I am making really hard decisions, or, you know, where Jeff and I are, you know, we're trying to figure out, oh, we've got this coming up, and oh, this person's computer just died, and you know what I mean? And it's like, I have to be the answer for so many people.
Right.
It can get exhausting, and people are always like, oh, I'd love to have, you know, what you have, but do you want to walk the path that I walked? Because I don't think.
Well, and not necessarily even walk the path that you walk, which is an arduous path, but walk side by side with me through all of the shit I'm going to go through going forward.
Yep.
Because every time, you know, the thing that I don't think people, and I say people, general public, people that aren't entrepreneurs, and I haven't gone super far down the path, but had enough experience to go, man, it sucks some days, you know, where when you're a solopreneur, when it's just you, if you don't have money in the bank, it sucks, right?
Yep.
But if you've got an employee and you don't have money in the bank, like, rip my stomach out through my throat, you know, and I'm like, how am I going to deal with this? You know, how do I make this next step? Or, God, I'm working 16 hours a day. I don't have any more to give. My employee, I can't ask any more of them because they're spent.
Yeah.
If I go back and hire somebody else, okay, now I've got to go back and pull $5,000, $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month. Where's that going to come from?
Yep.
And you talk to somebody, and they're like, oh, but look, if you hired them, just think about how much more production that's going to give you. And it's like, yeah, but that doesn't let me take my foot off the gas.
Yep. You got to push it harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's all those little things that, yeah, it would be interesting. You know, either we have a exploded whatever in your brain, or
it's missing and we're not smart enough to figure out.
It's not there. It's gone.
Yeah.
There's like a black hole in the middle of your brain. It's funny because when I was in corporate America, and I used to go into agencies all the time, and I did marketing, territory management, and a lot of the agencies that I was in at first were what we would consider non-standard auto agencies. So they're dealing with people that just want minimum limits. They don't want comp and collision. They're driving crappy cars. They got DUIs, you know, whatever it is. And I'd go in and I'd visit these agencies, and I'd just be like, man, how do you even keep the lights on? I mean, you're just dumb. And I started realizing it wasn't so much dumb from a smart and dumb perspective as I'm just too dumb to give up, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep pushing forward no matter what. I'm going to find a way to do it and continue that hustle. So anyways.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not easy.
No.
But I think it balances out, though. Because if you had all entrepreneurs, you need people to do the work.
Oh, right.
I tell our clients all the time when they're like, are you the one that's going to be doing that? I promise you do not want me doing your stuff, right? Like, we have an amazing team of people who are passionate about what they do, and they like that they don't worry about payroll and all of that other kind of stuff. I think if they saw even a portion of it, it would be scary for most people, right? And I learned that when we retired Jeff, you know, he's lived with me. He sees, right? I remember the first time, it was like 3 a.m., and I got up to get some water or something, and he's like wide awake, and I'm like, what are you doing? Welcome to business ownership. Yeah. And he's like, is this really what it is? And I was like, yeah. He goes, but you made it look so easy. I just thought that I was going to come and, like, I guess he thought I was going to sit at a desk and twirl or do I don't know what. Yeah. And then money was just going to appear, right? So it was just, he was the weight of it all, you know? And that's not talking about, I'm the one that does payroll. I figured out what our intro, you know what I mean? Like, the portion that he takes on, he was like, this is really heavy. Yeah. And I think that also made him, because even though we're owners, we're still employees within the business, right? I think that even made him a better employee because he wanted to honor the time that he was working, right? Like, to make sure that it really was a true, you know, fulfilling work day versus like, oh, let me go get a coffee or let me do, you know, that kind of thing. So
what am I doing? Am I spending this hour, you know, if you're at a networking event, right? You know, or if you're like Karen, playing golf all the time. I mean, does that really, no.
Yeah. I know. Everyone thinks that's all she does.
I know.
That's awesome.
I say that
I'm
to her all the time. I'm like,
sure, whatever.
You play golf all the time, go out to lunch.
Yep.
So your fifth grade teacher, your massage therapy teacher, anybody else in there that had a profound impact on your life to really kind of keep you going at some point where you just thought, I'm going to throw in the towel and be done with this?
I don't think during that time period, I necessarily, again, I don't think I had the wisdom to know I probably should have thrown in the towel, right? I think it's probably in the last 5 years that I've needed that encouragement, that support, that I have an amazing circle of friends that believe in me when I don't believe in myself. They're like, okay, you're going to borrow our faith for a minute. Like, we see this for you. We know you've got it. Just keep pushing.
Yeah.
Right. And I think because we have had such exponential growth with the team, like you said before, it was myself, Jeff, I had like 2 little employees, or I had some subcontractors. I had, you know what I mean? Like people that were expendable. So now when we've got a team, 10 plus people, that's their mortgages, that's their, kids' soccer, whatever, fees and all of these things. It's a different level of pressure that I wasn't prepared for, and I didn't really know how to navigate. And so having trusted people that you can really sit down and be like, I don't know what I'm doing. A whole group of people are depending on me to know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I've never been in this spot before.
Yeah.
And having them say, okay, well, I'm not in your exact spot, but I'm in something similar, and here's how you navigate it.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that's been that's been the biggest impact, the most, I guess, the biggest impact, and probably the most reason. You said your dad's an English teacher, so I'm going to get this English messed up.
Hey, I get corrected all the time.
I say don't let him listen to this episode. But the biggest reason for our success in the last 5 years has been, I would say, pretty equally split between my circle of friends and our team.
That's awesome.
Because there's so many days that I was just like, I don't know if I still have this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to keep answering questions.
Well, and I think that's the other thing. I remember there being times trying to have the kids understand, if dad's not working, nothing's happening, no bills are getting paid, right? So dad's got to go work, make sure that stuff's happening. And I think as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, until the business gets big enough, and probably even still, because you're sitting up at the top and you've got to basically be the puppet master, so to speak. But I think there's no ability to say, okay, I just need to unplug for a week, right? Now, obviously, I think we can get ourselves to that position and figure that out and get the right team members in place so you can say, okay. But talking to Andrew John, and he was talking about that and saying how he can remember the first time that he truly went on vacation and unplugged and got back, and there was really nothing to take care of, and I just think, God, how amazing would that be? Yeah. That happened to me the first time, because I've talked to Andrew, and he was like, yeah, and this is how it should be. And I was like, wait, tell me more. Right? And so, unfortunately, Jeff, his grandma passed. And, 90% of the time, I'm here, but I'm also listening to my phone, or I've got, a million different things going on. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to take a day. Right? And the team didn't flinch, and I didn't have any more emails in my inbox. And then we ended up taking I just came off of 10 days. Wow.
Gone. And there was and for the first time, I've been saying for a while that I know I have the right people in the right seats, but I haven't tested it.
Gotcha.
So I finally tested it, and I was like, oh. Nice. This is what it is. Now no one can go anywhere.
Right.
Everyone needs to stay exactly where you are.
How do I keep you all happy so you want to stay with me?
Exactly. So, but it's in that moment that, because if you don't have that, I don't know, at some point, if you're going to go to that next level, you have to have a minute. It's that idea of, putting the oxygen mask on yourself first. Yeah. And it's so hard to do when you have, you're being pulled in a million different directions.
Yep.
But when you do that and you get that breath of air, it's just really refreshing. And you're like, okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Now I can navigate.
In your community involvement and things, because I see you throughout the community, you're very involved, especially in Gilbert. I'm not sure. I think Queen Creek as well, and maybe some of the other communities. How do you find the strength to say no if you need to? Or do you?
I didn't for a very, very long time, but it's understanding that if I'm saying yes to everything, that means I have to say no to some things that are really important to me. And I think what's making it easier to say no now is I know a lot of times those asks come with fund requests, right? Sponsorship requests and things like that. Not that there's not value in it, but if I'm going to give that money to the community, that means potentially I can't give raises where I need to give them, or offer benefits that I know, are kind of important, or do a 401k match, whatever those things are. And once I looked at what I would have to say no to, we got things in a line. And a lot of times I tell people, I would love to consider this for next year or next quarter, or, so kind of helping them understand that it used to be you could call me the day of and be like, hey, can you send, a $50 gift card? Okay, fine, I got you. And still, we'll do little things like that. But some of those larger things, it just kind of, it became the expectation that we would say yes. And sometimes when it becomes the expectation, it changes the feel of it.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And it also helps that one of us in our relationship is a spender and one of us is a saver. So sometimes I push the request off to the saver. And I'm like, you know what?
You need to talk to Jeff.
Yep. Jeff will let you know. And Jeff's like, nope. And I'm like, no, you can't just say nope. Like, you have to like pat it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
What do they say? Is it the bookends? Is it the, say something nice, say no, and then say something nice again, or whatever?
Oreo it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man, I had another question. It just, with regards to your employees, I'll put you on the spot a little bit here. Not because I know the answer, but I'm putting you on the spot. How do you manage your employees to allow them the freedom to be who they are, but also know and trust that they're going to get the things done that need to be getting done?
Absolutely. So I've been micromanaged before. Not a fan. I also know that I'm very big picture. I don't like the detail. Like, I don't want to know every single stop along the way. I just need to know where our final destination is. And everyone that I've hired typically tends to be very detail oriented.
Okay.
So that's already how they're wired. So I know if I give them a job, it's in their nature to figure out every little piece of the puzzle. And everyone in our staff knows I either trust you 100% or I trust you 0. And if I trust you 0, or even if you give me any reason to doubt, you can't work for our company. There's too many people's lives on the line, too many businesses on the line.
Yeah.
Right? And so I tell people all the time, we're human. We're going to make mistakes. Come to me first. Don't let me hear it from someone else, And so because I set very clear expectations in the beginning, they show up for me. And I tell them all the time as well, I'm trusting you to be the expert. I'm hiring you in this role because I believe you're the best person for it. If you see a problem, come to me with a solution. If I bring something, to you that you don't think can be done, or you think you can, it's a conversation. So I really try and build a collaborative work environment where they're not afraid to say, have you considered doing it this way? Very respectfully, never like, well, what are you doing? And never behind anyone's back. But because I've told them straight up, I trust you, I have yet to have one of them not blow me away by the outcome.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I told, someone you have to do it this way, well, I'm not in the day-to-day. It could be causing a ton more work, right? Less productivity, all these other things.
Yeah.
If I say, hey, if you need help figuring out a problem or how to navigate something, I'm here. But otherwise, do it your way.
Yeah.
And then document it, right? Like we need SOP. Like I need to know how to replicate
Because if something ever happens to you, got to be able to pick up.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
That's, I feel I do the same thing. Like I need to know where things are. But man, I get bored with the details quick.
Can't. It's like, oh, I cannot.
It's just give me the high level.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yep.
So that's awesome. Do you do anything outside the box? Anything with employees as far as incentives or things go? I mean, if you care to share.
Yeah, I think we offer benefits like a large company.
Okay.
And I think that most businesses our size don't. So everyone gets free. We cover at 100%. They get vision, dental, telehealth, mental health, and a $25,000 life insurance policy.
Oh, wow.
Off the bat, whether you need it or not, it's issued to you. We pay 50% of medical. Then we have 401k that we match. I think it's up to 6%. I don't know. And then, like, our new insurance is rolling out. Our benefit lady was like, hey, it covers pets. So now we're offering pet insurance, right?
There you go.
We do flex time. I need the job done.
Yeah.
Right? If I never want them to do that. What is it? Silent vacationing?
Yeah.
Or quiet quitting, whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care where you're working from, as long as you get it done.
I feel so strongly about that. Like, I feel like there's a very important factor of being a team in certain situations, right? I mean, I think that we need to know how we all fit into the bigger picture of the organization. But I'm a huge fan of, hey, if you doctor's appointment or whatever. I mean, if you got to stop working at 2:00 because you got to pick up the kids from school and get them situated and whatever, fine. Yeah. I need the job done. I don't want to have to chase you for it. Yeah. I don't want to, and I think it goes back to the trust factor, right? And I'm a huge person that way too. It's like, if I trust you completely. Mm-hmm. If that trust has a nick in it, it's a weird thing for me. It like shuts off and it's gone.
100%. And it's not that I expect you to earn it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give it to you freely. Right away. At the very beginning. Mm-hmm. But if you mess it up once, I haven't figured out yet how to bounce back from that.
I haven't either. It's a crazy thing. It's interesting. It's funny. I've never had the conversation with somebody, so I can't say that I've had tons of these conversations, but I've never had the conversation where it's like, oh, we think the same.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you, for me, and I trust probably too long.
Okay. Where
it's like, I trust immediately. Some people say you're gullible. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I guess I feel like I like to believe the best. Everybody's got the best intentions.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So you trust immediately, trust fully, and then trust too long to the point where it's like, okay, obviously, Jan, you need to just shut this off. Yeah. And then once that light switched off, it is off. It will not come back on. So
yeah. That's crazy. It goes back to the same, like you said, I believe the world is a good place, and everyone is doing their best with the tools that they have. Yeah. Not doing my version of their best, right? Because I got a whole list. I'm a mom. I can tell my kid all day long, you need to do this, right? But
yeah.
But if that's just the expectation, you're doing your best.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're not going to mess up, but I'm going to trust that you're doing your best. Show up the way I need you to show up, and I do.
If you could rewind in life and give yourself one piece of advice, what do you think that would be?
This sounds so corny, but I would say find Jeff DeBellevue, because he's definitely the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I think I threw up a little bit.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know. He's going to look at me like, you did not say that. No, that or honestly, you've got it.
The handlebar mustache. Really?
I'll text you a picture afterwards. Oh, it was bad.
It
was
so
bad.
Funny.
And he loves it.
Oh, that's so funny. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, he was a police officer, so you have to give him, there's something mentally messed up there anyways. So.
Yeah. I'll take a bullet for some person I don't even, that's fine.
So you'd go back and tell yourself to find Jeff DeBellevue earlier. Mm-hmm. Just go search this guy out.
Yeah. He'd probably be like, what are you doing, you crazy person?
That's funny. That's funny. What kind of police work did Jeff do?
Oh, in Queen Creek, he developed their field training program. So for all the new officers. In Kentucky, he was an internet crimes against children's detective.
Oh, wow.
So he got trained by the FBI. Like, he had they did all kinds of stings to catch predators and all kinds of stuff like that. So
do you know Chris and Diane Curley?
I don't.
Chris used to be, I think he was with the Phoenix Police Department, but he did online predator stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds similar, but just, he's never gone into details with me about any stories, but some of the high level stuff, it's just like, man, I don't know how you survive through that mentally.
Well, and I asked Jeff, because when we first started dating, that was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, what are you looking at? All, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, God gave me a very short memory. He's like, what you're going to hate, but it's been a blessing for me, right? Like, and he says, I'm willing to look at and do the hard stuff to save people
Wow.
to save kids. And I mean, how can you say anything other than, wow.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive. All right. So kind of wrap up a little bit here.
Yeah.
But we have this section called the pressure point.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to have you select 3 numbers.
Okay.
And I just have to find my right place here. So I need you to add 3 numbers. You can't pick number 7.
Okay.
Because everybody picks number 7.
Okay.
Between 1 and 20, and no number 7.
Number 10.
Number 10. 2 more.
Oh, okay. 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yep.
Okay. So here we go. I'm going to ask you questions.
Okay.
Just straight up, whatever comes to mind.
Awesome.
What's the most impactful book or quote that shaped your path?
Straight Line Leadership.
Huh.
I don't know who it's by, but
it's a good book.
Yep.
I don't know who it's by either.
I did like a book club.
I can picture it. Black. It's a
Yep,
black book with green lettering, right?
Yep, and a green, like I think an arrow or something,
Yeah.
or like a crooked. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to drive me crazy now. I can totally picture it.
Yep.
Okay, next question. What's one value you refuse to compromise on, no matter what?
Integrity. We're not Smiths, we're not Jones. Our last name is fairly recognizable. Mm-hmm. And I respect that, Jeff's worked hard to preserve that, and I do the same. And I take that, really seriously. So if it's not in integrity, if I couldn't, stand face to face and tell you exactly what I'm doing, I'm not going to do it.
Awesome.
So that's
Very
it.
cool. What's the biggest leadership lesson you've learned the hard way?
Just because leadership is given to you doesn't mean it's deserved.
That's powerful.
Yeah. Like you need to earn it. And I try and earn it every day with our people, right? It's not something that just because you have a title, you can demand.
Yeah.
I think true leadership is something that you grow and aspire to consistently, right?
Yeah.
So you grow as your people grow.
Yeah.
But there you go.
What's the future look like? Where are you going? What do you want for the business, and what do you want for Leanna and Jeff DeBellevue?
We've been talking about that a lot lately. I want it to continue to grow. I want it to go to the next level. I just don't know how much time I want to spend doing that.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Be more of the top, tippy top of the pyramid, and have 1 or 2 people under you doing the rest of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think I've seen so many examples of people who worked so hard their whole lives. They waited until they were retired and they were going to do this amazing thing, and then they get a horrible diagnosis or something happens or whatever, life throws at them.
Yep.
And it prevents them from doing or going or being what they thought it was going to be.
Yep.
And time between 30 and, what am I now, 40, between 30 and 47 went by in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to blink again and it be 70.
Yep.
So I think for us, we're looking at, Jeff is looking to step into something. He's worked himself out of a job in a lot of ways. He's got a team under him.
Okay.
That he's going to try and step into something that might leverage some of his law enforcement experience in helping keep people safe in their own homes and things like that. I think when you've done a job for 22 years, even though you step away from it, it's still kind of who you are and ingrained.
For sure.
And he doesn't want to chase, bad guys down the street and run in, 118 degree weather with 30 pounds
But
of
I don't know
equipment
why.
on, right? But there's something, he still has a gift of making people feel safe. And I think we're looking into what that might look like for him.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm nowhere near the smartest person in my company.
Nor should you be, I don't think.
No.
Right?
Right.
I mean, I feel like if I was the smartest person in the company, we wouldn't be where we're. I mean, obviously it looks like it's just me. There's people behind me that
Yeah,
help
of
prop
course.
this up. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that,
My job, I want my job to be make payroll.
yeah.
That's the only job I want. As long as the check clears, I'm golden.
Yeah,
Right. So I
yeah.
think that we're looking at moving into freedom of time.
Nice.
We already have some, but once you get a taste of it, I think you want more.
For sure.
Right.
Well, and I commend you for that, because I do feel like, we never know what the future is going to bring, and we can have these pictures of grandeur and all the other stuff that comes along with it, and in the blink of an eye, it could be an accident, it could be some type of diagnosis, it could be, you name it. I mean, shoot, step out of the shower and slip and smack your head, and
There you go.
life changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, how do we get to that point, and how do we move forward from there? So
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, you're going to find this out next week. But I have a grandbaby. I just want to hang out with my grandbaby. That's all.
Yeah.
Like, the team knows when she's here, I'm done.
so excited,
It's a game changer.
so excited.
Time becomes so much more precious.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's, you want to be super, super excited, but then there's this whole piece of, let's get the baby out.
Yep.
Let's get mom healthy. Let's get baby healthy. And then I can go, yay, So anyways, well, hey, I really appreciate you coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Everybody who comes on gets a gift. And I have a gift for you.
Okay.
So this is I don't know, call it challenge coin. But I had coins made. It's got APN on one side, and it's got the podcast stuff on the other side. You went above and beyond. And then we've got a tumbler that actually matches this one that I'm using here that says I went above and beyond. And then it's personalized by Rocks Inc. Calligraphy.
She's amazing.
Yes, she is.
Karen gets her to do so much of our stuff, and it's
incredible.
makes us look amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you spending time and being open with us and having conversation. And yeah.
Thank you so much. This is Leanna DeBellevue, and I went above and beyond.
Real deals, authentic connections, the kind that heals from Palm Springs to Pine Top Grace. APN's network spans every place. Above Par Network, we're going above and beyond, reaching new heights. In networking realms, scaling the heights. From mixers to golf, our spirits unite. APN's the beacon, our guiding light. So here's to APN, where dreams align. In every connection, a chance to shine. Above and beyond, we'll always strive. In APN's network, we truly thrive.
Like, share, and subscribe to Above and Beyond, where excellence meets elevation. Elevate your mindset, one episode at a time.